just now you talk about like paying attention and like the practice. Like for my experience, it's like we kind of have to have some kind of like the vigilance, like vigilance,
Busyness.
vigilance.
Vigilance?
Yeah, like to kind of like aware of like what we're doing. Otherwise, we will like just go with our habit, something like.
Sure.
Yeah. So I just my question is like, what can we do to like have more of this kind of like vigilance, and then it's like to help our practice.
Work in a shipyard. The one cool thing when I worked in the shipyard is 3 people died in accidents that year. There's 10,000 people in the shipyard. And even though I was conflicted about what I was doing, you had to pay attention because it was a little dangerous. And that puts an edge on things. And if you realize that this life is dangerous, you know, we could die while we're sitting here talking. Then what? What do you come back as, you know? I've done a lot of bad things in my life. I don't know what I'll come back as. Maybe if I've been good, I can come back as one of our cats. They have a nice life, you know. They even look like Theravadan monks, you know. They just lay around and do what they want and eat a little bit and make noise. You know, that's amazing. Unless you're a bird, then they're dangerous. Yeah. So, you know, when people are falling asleep, Sung Sansin used to say, then stand up. In our style, it's okay to stand up quietly behind your cushion with your hands like this. You just be aware that you're moving. One time when I was doing a retreat a long time ago, I was falling asleep a lot. And so I took a stick from outside and I tied I taped on it a very thin nail, really thin, you know, nail. And because I heard about this, and I put it like this, you know, and then when I'd start to go like this, it would poke and it would wake me up. But one time I fell asleep so much it actually went right through, you know, so then I threw it away. And another thing that I haven't done this in a long time, but what I used to do when I was falling asleep, because I flew in a lot of airplanes, is, I mean, I don't think that this is using thinking, but I think about, I'm in an airplane and it's crashing. You know? And it's like, whoa. You know, those things will really wake you up. One of our Dharma teachers in Los Angeles said that one time he was coming off a highway in his car, and the exit was a little crowded, so he had to stop. And he saw this guy talking to somebody. He was outside the car. It's not a place where you walk, but he was talking to somebody, and then the guy came back, so he rolled the window down, and the guy stuck a gun in his face and said, "Give me your wallet." And he said, suddenly everything became so clear. The lights on the dashboard and everything. And so he said it was like slow motion. And he took out his wallet and he said, I don't know why I did this, but I let it go, so it dropped. And then the guy bent down to pick it up, and my friend pulled out and started to go up the side. And the guy shot, and it went into a car. It didn't hit him, but it went into the car. It hit the dashboard, you know. And he said, but for those moments, everything was so clear. So put yourself on an edge, you know. I mean, housemaster, that should be enough edge. You got to deal with everybody's complaint and try not to get angry and try to be pleasant. Yeah, you do pretty good. Yeah, I see inside there's something going on, but yeah. So we put ourselves a little bit on the edge. What are the 5 human desires? Food, sleep, sex, money, fame. So nobody's becoming famous sitting here. You're not getting paid to sit here. Hopefully nobody's having sex, and you don't get as much sleep as you want. All that's left is food. And here the food's really pretty extravagant. You know, there's ways of doing retreat where the food is... I used to think of food all the time, the first few retreats I did, because we got very little to eat, only twice a day, nothing between breaks and things. I don't know why we had this idea. But you put a little edge on things. You know, maybe you don't want to get up at 4 a.m., but you get up. That puts a little edge and can help you. That's why people do extra bowing or an hour of extra chanting every day, or they stay up late and put a little edge on it. And to do it, you need to pay attention. You have to make this effort not to just let your mind wander, but to focus yourself, to be vigilant.